Avengers Age of Ultron, it's out. Time to review it. So let's just go character by character and talk about each of them. First, the Vision. Now, the Vision is worthy. A lot of people have been, talking about the whole if an elevator can lift Mjolnir, doesn't mean the elevator is worthy. No, I think that the Vision is in fact worthy. I think this is. But before we get into that, let's talk about the Vision being able to lift the hammer. I think it was very clever, a very cool thing. Everyone thought that Captain America was going to lift the hammer at the hour of need, but that hour of need is probably going to be somewhere in of Avengers Infinity War. I was very surprised. I think everyone in the audience was very surprised. And it made a lot of the things in the movie make a lot more sense. Why they were doing this whole worthy type thing. It just kind of it didn't make a whole lot of sense for the plot, really, while they were going over this. It seemed almost like fan service. Now we see that it is part of the plot, and it's important that Vision is worthy so that we can leave the Infinity Gem with him, which is the next part. Is he worthy? Is he not? Thor thinks he's worthy. Thor has the greatest understanding of how Mjolnir works. Infinity is not or Vision is not a robot. He was made from a tissue grafting device made for medical purposes. So he's some kind of living machine, and I think he is worthy. This is a very it's a very cool twist. 1,000 thumbs up for Joss Whedon for just this one part of the movie. Very clever. Infinity Gem. Now this is very interesting. These gems are not gems, but they're shells for the gems that are inside, and that being the forehead gem of the Vision is very cool. I did not expect that at all. I don't think anyone predicted that. And finally, the vibranium. Now, Vision has an Infinity Gem and he has vibranium covering each of his cells. Does that mean that he's the most powerful Avenger? Could he take down Thor and Hulk at the same time? Because remember, he's actually more powerful than Ultron. Ultron built the Vision body as a evolution, and that was his first choice, not this kind of vibranium clad body that he built at the end of the film. So that's some very interesting questions. And I also kind of wonder, are we going to get a Vision movie after Infinity War? How is that going to work? Which characters is he going to cross over with? Because the Vision is a very cool character now. Quicksilver. Quicksilver dies. You've already got a spoiler warning at the beginning of the episode. I think he's coming back. I do. I'm just going to put it out there. The MCU does not have a good record on keeping people dead. Coulson came back. Loki has come back twice now. Not from the dead. Loki didn't actually die, but we thought he died. Pepper Potts looked like she died in Iron Man 3. Bucky looked like he died in Avengers or in Captain America 1. They do not have a good track record of keeping people dead when they've shown them being dead. I don't care that she's standing over his corpse. The Scarlet Witch can do anything. She can say no more mutants. She can say, yes, I have a brother again, and bring her brother back from the dead. She can erase everyone's mind and show that he was alive the whole time. The Scarlet Witch factor in that cannot be ignored. His outfit, I really liked it. It was a little less superhero-y. It looked like designer athletic wear, but it worked. It worked. It wasn't too distracting. His accent, they're from Wundagore Mountains, so they have to have an accent. I didn't really think it was too distracting. Some people complained about it. It worked for me. And finally, on Quicksilver, who's better, the X-Men Quicksilver or Avengers Quicksilver? I have to say X-Men Quicksilver is better. So much fun. So just a pleasure to watch, which is kind of disappointing because this Quicksilver came after that one. So what's going on there? I would have expected more from Joss Whedon. Next is Black Widow. The thing I have to say about Black Widow, why did she have this whole sequence now. This is a very crowded movie. I don't think it's too crowded, but it is very crowded. Wouldn't this work better in Captain America 2 or Captain America 3? Wouldn't this work better anywhere else? Literally anywhere else. I mean, she could be in Thor Ragnarok having flashbacks, and it would have worked better there just because this is such a crowded. I mean, it's like a Tokyo elevator. Black Widow's relationship with the Hulk, I kind of liked it, but I have to say I think she would be bored of Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner is a civilian to her. He's he's a sheep. He's one of these guys that thinks assassinations are not necessary for civilization to go on. I don't think she would stay with him. She might she might go with him, but she would get bored. She would get bored. She doesn't want the white picket fence. And finally, Black Widow is a horrible person. Black Widow is a horrible person. She has killed hundreds, if not thousands of people. They don't really touch on this. I mean, it's like her and Wolverine are right up there and like trying to make amends for a dark past, a traumatic past. And she's almost as much sunlight as Captain America. That they have shades of her darkness, but I mean, it should be like whenever she comes on, they should have like I mean, something. I don't want to necessarily say that they should have special music for her or something, but I don't get any darkness from her. And she is a mass murderer. Thor. Ragnarok doesn't really look so bad. They showed the vision that he had when the Scarlet Witch made him hallucinate, and just a bunch of bikini-clad women, and the audience laughed. They thought that Thor's vision of distraction was a lust vision. That was an odd choice. Asgardian Ragnarok looks kind of like a long weekend at Las Vegas to me. I don't, I don't know why he was so deeply disturbed by it. Of course, Heimdall being blind and everything. It just felt very abbreviated. You didn't see any fire. They're apparently going to fight Surtur, but you didn't see any fire. You didn't see any cosmic fire, and that was kind of just. It looked like everyone was kind of walking around. Again, it looks like Las Vegas. So Thor, he's a little bit smarter in this movie. They've dropped the whole "How does thou tweet, Tony Stark? How are you, son of Cole?" Made him a little bit smarter. Made him recognize the brand in Black Panther or Ulysses Claw. Thor should be pretty smart. There should be some odd kind of statements that he says every once in a while. But I mean, he is an ancient god. He should have some insights. And I think Thor suffers a lot from group-itis. That Thor is the strong one and the energy projecting one. Where does that leave Tony Stark? Well, Tony Stark is the smart one. Where does that leave Bruce Banner? Well, Bruce Banner is the smart one. Where does that leave Captain America? Well, Captain America is the one with the tactics. But logically, when you think about it, Thor should be a greater authority on tactics than Captain America. He should have technological knowledge that rivals Tony Stark because as as a space traveler, he has seen celestial technology up close. He has seen Kree and Shi'ar technology. Logically, he would have seen this before he's even come to Earth. So it's good that they're giving him a little bit more respect and not making him so goofy. Hulk. So the Hulk can be calmed down now. That is not something they really do a whole lot in the comics. Naturally, if Hulk was on the team for TV purposes or movie purposes, you would want a Hulk who could be calmed down on command, which is an interesting concept. I can see the attraction between, that Bruce Banner has for Black Widow. I don't see Black Widows, as I've already gone over that. Now, Hulk flew off into the sunset at the end of the film, which obviously takes him out of play for Civil War. And I'm not really sure where he went to. I think he might have gone to Wakanda. I think that could be it. That just came to me now. This also leaves the question, how smart is the Hulk? Because he understands how to fly the plane, understands how to pilot the plane, understands how stealth works, understands how to turn off communication channels. Now, that's a very interesting idea, that we're starting to see the beginning of Doc Green as opposed to the standard Hulk. Now, I'm going to talk about Iron Man and Cap at the same time, because neither of these guys really stood out as far as. What did stand out is the way they ended the film together. They're very chummy. I really thought they would have had more of a falling out at the end that would have set up at least some of the basis, emotional basis, for Civil War, but they don't. They're just, happy as clams at the end. And maybe they wanted to leave off with a happier type of film instead of negative ending. But that was a little bit strange because they kind of got into it a little bit while they were chopping wood. Scarlet Witch. I didn't like her outfit. It just seemed like normal clothes. Where Quicksilver's clothes were more, athletic gear that could have been clothing, she should have had some kind of costume. And Hydra could have given it to her. It wasn't like they were just stray superheroes like you sometimes see, where they had to make their own costume or something. Some kind of body armor, something. I don't know why she had telepathy. That was very strange. The Scarlet Witch usually has hex bolts and probability altering flight. And here she's some kind of telepath. She's not really a telepath because makes you see visions of the future. But I mean that was, they took incredible liberties with her powers. That was very strange. They had Joss Whedon doing it, and he has such a good grasp of Marvel characters. I don't know why he did that. He's such a respect for Marvel characters. And it's like he just disregarded everything the Scarlet Witch has ever done and just did his own thing because he wanted to have these visions. War Machine and Falcon. I thought it was good that War Machine got in there at the end, and putting them in there and kind of pushing them as characters. Is at a certain point, Chris Evans and RDJ are going to retire, and they're going to have to make a decision. Are they going to make, for Iron Man, are they going to make War Machine the new Iron Man, or are they going to make Pepper Potts the new Iron Man? Falcon going to be the new Captain America, or is Winter Soldier going to be the new Captain America? And they're trying to test the waters, trying to see how everyone does, trying to see how popular they become. I'm just not sure why the Falcon wasn't in that end sequence when War Machine comes in and defends the helicarrier from the Ultron bots. That would seem to be very, very obvious to me. They didn't do it, and they set the stage that Falcon is looking for the Winter Soldier some more. I'm kind of curious what the Winter Soldier's role in Civil War is going to be. And War Machine is it's kind of he had a very funny sequence. He was talking about his story, and nobody thought it was a very good story. Well, Captain America and Thor didn't think it was a very good story, but all the normal people did. It's like, this is going to be a good story. That was pretty cute. But I guess they're just kind of reminding us that these characters still exist and these actors are still signed with Marvel. Now, Ultron. My biggest complaint with Ultron is we don't understand why he's angry. He just is. He was born bad, and I wish we had a better understanding of why he was angry. That's a bit disappointing to me. And why did he dislike Stark the most? They didn't really explain that at all. Hawkeye. Again, as with Black Widow, why does he have this backstory explained now? Why now? That was just a bit odd. They could have done this in any other story. In Civil War, this would be, an excellent place to hide if he's with Cap's side. It just it's a very crowded movie. I guess as Joss Whedon said in one thing, he said that this is the only place where they can actually breathe. I guess so, but it felt like they had a lack of urgency when they were on his farm. They were just kind of, putting their boots up and stretching, and I guess they were licking their wounds, but it didn't seem super heroic to me. Anyway, what did you guys think? Did I miss anything? Do you disagree with what I was saying? Please comment below, and have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other projects. Thank you.